Hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol, and on Sunday I do my world famous coffees. Give me a sub and we will get started. What do we have today? We're doing a beer. New Belgium Special Release Oakspire Bourbon Barrel Ale in collaboration with Four Roses. ABV 9%. Let's look at it. There it is. Look at it. It's nice. Got the Four Roses right there, right? Alright. The origin, the story. What is the story here? We first began brewing Oakspire in 2018, so now it's 21, as a special release around the holidays, and it has since become a fan favorite. In 2021, that's now, we're thrilled to partner with Four Roses Distillery. I think they've partnered with different ones over the years, and they have different color labels and stuff like that. Known for their smooth, fruit-forward, and slightly spicy bourbons. Oakspire features a custom-built, proprietary infusion method to pull the flavors from the bourbon-steeped charcoal oak and marries it with a malty, sweet, deep amber ale. I think they just cut the staves into spirals and then stick them in the beer barrel. They don't stick the beer in barrels that had contained the bourbon. ABV 9%, IBU 27, yeast ale, hops, is it Nugget and Sabro, and malts pale Munich, caramel 80, rye, roasted barley. Okay. That's all I need to know to get started. I like the little raised, right here, little raised part to it. Pretty cool. I think this is going to require an opener. All right. Nice amber color, right? Not very light, not real light or anything. Nice amber. I don't know why I gave that a shake. Just on the odd chance there's any sediment. I want to catch it all. So there it is. Slightly off-white head. Nice amber color. Kind of see through it. I can see through it. Kind of. It's dark. It's nice. All right. Enough of that. Let's see how it tastes and smells, right? Yeasty, malty. I think I smell the background smell of some bourbon. I don't expect this to be strong because I think it would be better if they stuck it in the actual barrel, especially if it was wet. Of course, if it was dry, a little less. But they'd put spirals in it. We'll see. We'll see. Right off the bat, it's got a nice bitterness. Not crazy bitter, but strong bitter. All right, so the IBUs are shining through. Malty. Trying to pick out those hops, other than the bitterness. Like, is it floral? Is it piney? And I just say it's just bitter and malty. And I'm getting the slightest bit of sweetness, maybe from the bourbon, but it is immediately covered with the bitterness. So it's not balanced with the sweet and the bitter. It's kind of sweet bitter real fast with a lot of bitter. Aftertaste, just solid bitter, but not a lot of flavor with the bitterness. I'm not getting the citrus or the pine or the floral that comes with the hops. I'm just getting the bitterness. Kind of odd. Maybe it needs to be dry hopped. Now, if you work like I just did, that's a lot of work. You will get the slightest bit of bourbon flavor, but you have to work. The problem with this beer is it's so bitter, and not that it's unbelievable, but it's hiding all the flavors underneath it. It's just killing all the flavors. It's too bitter. It's too much bitter without flavor. I'm barely getting anything from the barrel. Any oak, any vanilla, any spiciness, any classic bourbon, any sweetness, nothing. I mean, if I work really hard, I can get undertones. And that might change a little bit as it warms up. And I think it will get sweeter because it's starting to a little. Yeah, it'll develop in the glass. So if you get it real cold out of the refrigerator, which is what I did here, and I probably should have let it sit out a few minutes, let those flavors develop. All right. Fort Collins, Colorado. Could have swore I went to New Belgium, Asheville, North Carolina. Maybe they got 2 breweries. Maybe I just aim off on that. Sweetness comes through and the bitterness dies off as it warms up. It's a fact. So I'm glad you are still here because it is changing. I would say if this was warmer, it might be too sweet then. So I would say the best results of this beer is to take it out of the refrigerator, if it's a cold refrigerator, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Let it just warm up that amount because it's going to bring out the maximum flavor. It's bringing out a little sweetness now. The bitterness isn't as dominant. It's better. It's not great, but it is better. Not a lot of the bourbon coming through. This is not for bourbon lovers. Okay. Sounds cool, looks cool, great collaboration. It's just not doing it. Let me see. Alltech, Lexington Brewing Company, Bourbon Barrel Ale. That is some serious bourbon flavor. All right. They brew their own. They do Town Branch. So they brew their own beer and they distill their own bourbon. I think they put it in there while the barrels are still wet. Yeah, now that one has a lot of bourbon. This, it's just a hair weak on the bourbon. They didn't put it in the barrel. They've cut pieces from the barrel, circular pieces, spirals. Probably definitely out of a dry barrel, and it's just not bringing it out. Anyway, from Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed, everybody, I'm still going to enjoy it, right? Yeah, I'm not drinking, I'll finish it. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for being here now.